Hey guys, Engineer Wannabe here with my good friend Torin. I'm gonna have another laid back chat today. No topic in mind, really, just hanging out with Torin, my friend, and anyone else who might come in later. Um, just, uh, just relaxing. No pressure. Hope you all are doing well in the chat. You guys, hope you're having a great weekend. I am having a good one. How about you, Torin? How's your weekend?
Yeah, it's been laid back as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Nice.
another weekend with another winter hike with my twin.
Yeah. How did that go today?
It's good because it hasn't been as cold as it was.
Yeah.
We found anyways.
Yeah, yeah, today was a good day.
Yeah.
It was really sunny too on our end. I don't know about you guys, but the sun was just beating down on the house and it was nice and warm. So, yeah, let's say hi to the guys in the chat before I check in on your wristwatch there, Torin. Hey Dan, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. We got Chaz as well. We got Bill. We got Underachieving Watch Collector. Hope you're doing well, sir. Brownie, how's it going? Happy Saturday night to you as well. We got Bruno. How are you, sir? James, good to see you. Justin, good to see you. Amin's here too.
Nice.
Um, it's just, can't wait to see what Sanjay got for the Zenith. I still have the Zenith. Didn't visit the AD yet.
Yeah,
um,
I saw you put out the review too.
yeah, yeah. Well, technically, it was recorded as I was looking to unload it toward the gray side of the moon, and it didn't materialize.
See, that's how you know when the review's going to come out, right? Because you were actually like contemplating getting rid of it.
Yeah, yeah. I'm glad I didn't though. It's I'm really glad I didn't. That would have been bad. Oh man. Joey, good to see you. Got Ken Spear as well. Uh, let's see. Meznine, how's it going? Good to see you, sir. Wayben, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Hey, Steve's here as well. Good to see you, Steve. Hope you're doing well. I know you've had a rough go this past while, so thinking about you a lot, Steve. Cowboy Swami, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well as well. Marcus is here. Good to
Nice.
see you, Marcus. Hope you're
Any
well.
pens you want to show him? No.
No, no, I've been, you know, pretty much a hermit except for that one AD visit. I've been at home, doing doing a lot of homework, as in homework. Laundry, cooking, dishes. Oh yeah, putting the kids to bed, stuff like that. Anish, good to see you. Let's see. Justin says, "Unload the Zenith with the gray side." What? Oh, you might have missed that. Yeah, last week, this time last week, I barely got out of the AD without purchasing the gray side of the moon. I know the gray side of the moon's too big for me and stuff like that. It turns out it's one of Chaz's Grail pieces as well. So, um,
Interesting.
yeah, it's really weird. I don't know if it's just social media and it just subliminal messaging or subliminal relationships, and it just drives us to certain pieces. But it seems like we tend to gravitate towards similar pieces. I don't know.
I mean, I feel the same way when I started joining your stream and my Grand Seiko obsession. So
Yeah. Well, there you go. Uh, Marcus has got a couple of King of Pens. A couple. Okay. Okay. All right. I've seen a couple. I know the Ebonite one is on my list. So, Marcus, thank you. Thank you for holding on to that for me. uh, You're Terrific did do a great video on the gray side. That was one of my favorite videos of his. Chaz also saying Gray Side Moon is a nice watch. And he hopes I can get one soon. I hope you can get one soon, Chaz. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, for all that I can tell, it's way cheaper on the secondary market. Um, like 35 off. So
probably, yeah.
yeah. Well, what's on your wrist, Torin?
Well, if you were spotting my Instagram today, you'll know it's the
Ball. Yeah.
Ball Enterprise Fireman.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
yeah, oh, whoops, sorry.
Oops, sorry. Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, and on these hikes, I tend to get my brother to kind of like model it so I can get some like B-roll for my review. So I hope to have a review on this piece in the coming week.
Nice.
It's actually really nice in terms of ball. It's also one of their more affordable models.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been good.
Yeah. Sounds good. It. I did catch those pictures on Instagram with Darren there, like
Yeah,
fist bumping it out there.
yeah.
It was good. It's good. Great pictures as always.
Oh, thank you.
On my wrist is none other than uh, the Grand Seiko Rika, or the summer seasons. Um,
Yeah, I saw you just did the unboxing on that too, as well, on your
yeah,
channel.
yeah. Um, Everyone seems to think it's a black dial, at least in my household. They think it's a black dial watch, which is nice, but
Hmm,
um, yeah, I guess they don't catch it in the right lights. I showed it to my wife, and she was like, "Oh, that's cool." And I said, "It's cool. It's not just cool. Uh, Look at it." And then she, spun it around, and she was like, "Oh, okay, it's green. Okay,
Yeah, I
that's
think
cool."
even in your video, until you mentioned it, the subtle texture it has, like it's a very subtle color, and the texture is also subtle unless you catch it in the right angle.
Yeah, yeah. You can't see the texture. Like I'm looking at
Yeah.
it right now, you can't see the texture. But then when I hold it now to where the light that's coming out of there, I can see the texture. It's like I found out what it signifies. It signifies like spring grass, like meadows and stuff like
Hmm,
that. And I really I can totally get that. I get that vibe from it because it looks like an aerial shot of a meadow, just
sure. Yeah.
very very nice, serene. But yeah, beautiful. Nilo is asking if I got a new watch. I did get a new watch, Nilo. It was this guy.
Not just one.
Yeah, I rebought the SPGX 261. Um, Story behind that one was Corey, Kentucky Man 30. He sold his SJE for the SPGX 261, and in my head, that kind of planted a seed of doubt toward the SJE, because I remember thinking back on the SBGX 261, which is a Grand Seiko Explorer like, Oyster Perpetual like watch. Um, and yeah, I remember thinking, comparing it in my mind to what I remembered, and I was thinking, it's better. It's better than the SJE. So yeah, it was a no brainer after that. After I said my goodbye to the SJE, as much as I love the Alpinist recreation, as much as I love it, the Grand Seiko's better. So
Yeah, and Corey takes some great photos of that watch too.
yes, yes, incredible photos. Corey takes incredible photos of any watch.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
Crazy. Uh, but guys, let us know what's on your list. I'm sorry if I missed anything here. Marcus was saying that he has the Apollo 8, uh, has the first place in his heart over Gray Side of the Moon. Yeah,
Hmm.
I can understand that. The Apollo 8 is smaller, right? Gray Side is 44. I'm not sure about the
I don't
difference.
know. It's probably 42, but I'm guessing.
Yeah. Um, let's Google it. Apollo 8. Bear with me, guys. Oh no, no, it's the same, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. uh, Sorry guys, I'm a little low energy. Mez9's wearing the Black Bay 58. Neff is wearing the Aquas. Uh, what have you. The Caliber 400, right, Neff? If I'm not mistaken. James is wearing the Big Eye Longines tonight. Watch Tank Lane is wearing the Chrono 2. Cool. Um, oh, cool. BJ's wearing the Seamaster 1948. Very cool. Chaz is wearing the Snowflake.
Oh
Cool.
yeah.
Great choice, Chaz.
I really hope they update the Snowflake with the 5-day spring drive. Can you
I
imagine that?
that would be cool. I don't know if they would. I don't know if they
Yeah.
would. If they did, it would be so much more expensive. I mean, that's
Well, true.
yeah. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
Well, no, you know what? They've done it. They have a friend of ours has a Grand Seiko Gold Stunner. The SBGY 002, if I'm not mistaken. That one has a snowflake dial and it has a different movement. Manually wound
It's the
spring
manually
drive.
wound spring drive, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
with the snowflake dial. So you know
Yeah.
what? They might do it. Uh, I really hope they do a snowflake in a 44 GS case with like kind of like the one that they did recently, the SLGA or SLGH 009, um,
Right.
with the tree bark, not the tree
Yeah.
bark, but the tree
No,
ring dial. Um, and oh man, those are
that looks awesome.
so
Yeah.
good. Yeah. uh, it's just not in our area yet, I guess. But man, that's an all timer. That's almost perfect, that one. But if you put the snowflake dial on that with that movement, and you know, I think that'll be a winner. Matthew Davis is wearing a GS Spring. Cool. Very great choice. SPGA 413. Anish is wearing the 3861 Speedy. Cool.
Nice.
Uh, Marcus actually asked about it. What do you guys think of the SLGH 009? I The 009 is the blue one, right, Marcus? I know there's a black one and a blue one. Let me pull it
You
up
can bring it
actually.
up, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Um, Share screen. It's got Ever Brilliant steel, and if I'm not mistaken, it's the very first Ever Brilliant bracelet from Seiko or Grand Seiko. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong there, but so come on. There it is. Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
man,
that's nice.
I really like it. It's a 44 GS case with a thin profile, so I think it's only 12 millimeters thick.
Well, what's the
11.7.
case back like? Does it still have that bump to it?
Not as great of a bump, not as big of a bump.
Okay. Yeah. So it's
Um,
got, is it the 9SA5 movement? Is that
yes,
it? Yeah.
yes. Let me double check there. Yep, 9SA5. Basically the same thing as the white birch, but it's in
Yeah.
the 44 GS case. Because
Which,
if you didn't like the GS9 case, the Series 9 case, sorry, this is it. 'Cause
well, it's almost it. To me, it's like they couldn't just like, because the 44 GS case has 19 millimeter lug openings, right?
yeah, yeah. I don't care
And
about that, man.
I care. And like
Yeah.
the 9S case has 22 millimeter lug openings. Like, why couldn't they meet in the middle and just say we're gonna have a regular, even 20 millimeter lug opening? Like,
Yeah, I hear
please.
you. But I don't know. I Well, for me, I've had a ton of watches that are 19 millimeters, so
I know, I know. You're all set. You got all
I'm
the
set.
straps. You got everything. You're
Yeah.
actually. I
Um,
want to pick your brain about like maybe a deluxe strap for the 9S case at this some point.
yeah, Series 9.
Yeah, sorry, 9S for the Lake Sula.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Um, but I really like this.
Yeah,
I like the
I like the
dial.
dial and I like the pop of yellow.
Yes. Yeah. For some reason, getting super nitpicky here, but for some reason with most 44 GS cases, they don't cap the hand stack. I don't know why,
Hmm.
but they don't do that. Ever Brilliant Steel um means this thing's gonna be heavy.
It's
Like
gonna
it's gonna be
scratch too, isn't it? Because isn't it like hot? Like the other thing I don't like about the 9 or the 44 GS case is the high Zuratsu that's like on the top of the entire lug profile.
yeah. I don't mind it. It's gonna scratch for sure. Um I didn't mind the look of the odd scratch here and there on it. It's expensive. Like ten
Yeah,
thousand
what is
five
it?
hundred
It's
dollars.
and that's
You
US. Okay. Hmm.
yeah. So like
So it's kind of like more than the white perch if
yes.
you. Yeah.
Oh yeah, easily
Wow. Jeez.
because it's got the proprietary alloy, right, of
Sure. Yeah.
steel, and it's got the same movement. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it'll be interesting to see like what the weight of this guy is
Yeah.
because the SLA 055 I have with Ever Brilliant steel is heavy, like not heavier than a watch with a bracelet, but it's quite heavy. Like it feels precious metally. Um, but yeah, I don't know. What I would say is if it was at the AD when I visited, that would be in my collection right now. That would have replaced this guy. So
Yeah. I
uh,
mean, you might not get the other GS on top of that, right?
yeah, probably wouldn't. But be interesting to hear your thoughts, Marcus. I know you're yeah. I hold Marcus's opinion at really high regard. So um,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, Marcus is very knowledgeable in
yeah,
this area. And I know people, I don't know, I've seen a lot of comments on my post for the white birch about the 9SA5 movement not being that accurate. I think it's pretty accurate. I'm getting about plus 5 seconds per day. I
yeah,
will say on my time grapher, if it's sitting dial up, there is a bit of beat error and it does go faster. But if you like turn it any other way, it's almost like deadly accurate. So it averages out really well.
yeah. I did not have that experience with my 9SA5.
Yeah.
It was I think plus 11 if I'm remembering correctly. It's been a
Yeah, it was a
while.
bit.
Yeah, not that it mattered to me, but it's a bit of a bummer. Um, Watch Tank Clan really loves the SLGH 009.
Yeah, that's
Sam
cool.
actually saw it in person. Cool.
Nice.
Um, couldn't tell the difference between steel brightness compared to other GS. Okay.
Hmm.
Then again, boutique lighting makes everything look good. Blue is dark. Yeah. Neff says stupid logo on case backs. Neil is asking, how does your new GS fit on your wrist? Looks
Oh,
fantastic.
yeah. No, thanks for asking. It fits really. It fits way better on straps. I find
Yeah.
um, the 9S case. Yeah, because it's so the case back is so flat. It really hugs your wrist. And I don't mind the bracelet that much, but I don't know. I thought it was a little too broad with the bracelet on it with the 22 millimeter lug opening. We,
Yeah.
with strap cuts down on the weight and it stays really planted on the wrist, so they're really comfortable.
Yeah. Yeah. It looks great on your wrist. I found the watch comfortable too. So, but for me, I actually found the bracelet super comfortable. I know. I think for you, it was a little less comfortable on the bracelet.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
less comfortable for
Yeah.
me.
I, I liked it on strap, but I preferred on bracelet.
That's funny because it's normally the opposite for you.
Yeah.
It's normally
Yeah.
the opposite for me. I'm a bracelet guy, but here I am throwing it on straps all the time.
Well, hey, if the bracelet's no good for you, then whether you're a bracelet guy or not, you're gonna
Yeah.
go for the strap. So it makes sense. James says I had received my first scuff on my Zaratsu polished bezel. My therapist will be rolling his eyes this week. It's funny. Funny story about the scuff on my SBGX 261. I got a scuff on it right off the bat. I'm gonna say I got the scuff on it because I can't prove that it was there before. I didn't look it over very much, really. I was just there, grabbed the watches, came here, sized them up. So I have a feeling I did the scuff, but the scuff was very familiar. It was identical to the scuff that I had on my previous SBGX 261. It's a line on the bezel right at like the 12 o'clock mark. It's a line, like a vertical line. And
Interesting.
I was thinking, wait a second, is this my old watch? Or did they sell it back?
Wouldn't that be funny? Check the serial number.
So I checked the battery on the watch, and Grand Seiko has a date for when the battery was changed. And the date was January or March of 2020. And I was like, wow, 2 years ago. This battery's about to die like in a year. I was like, did these guys really sell it to me? But all clear. It wasn't like that. I had actually sold the watch on January of 2020. 2020. So I sold the SPGX in January of 2020. So the fact that this has a factory sticker, unless if you know conspiracy theories can start from here, but I have a feeling it was just a crazy, incredible coincidence that I got the exact same scratch, or something very close to the exact same scratch, um, on the exact same watch. But yeah, that's crazy.
That is wow.
Yeah,
It's like a glitch in the matrix, right?
I was talking
Do
to
you
my
get
wife.
that reference?
Sorry.
Do you get that reference?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
That's when the cat walks by twice, right?
Yeah, twice. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I got you. I got... uh, Navy Blue Monster says there goes Sanji's GS trilogy. Yeah, I'm happy to have the GS trilogy again. That it is back to what 9F, high beat, and spring drive.
For the
But
record, I have the trilogy too, but I'm trying to sell one of them.
oh, yeah. Oh man, gotta keep it. I'm just messing with you. Paul says he dropped his SBGB 245. Ooh, it was one of the best things that happened to me in the hobby. Now I can wear my watches all the time.
Hmm.
I can understand that, actually. It's kind of like with a car. When you get that, I know people have talked about this ad nauseum, but when you get that first scrape, not just a nick or something, but when you get a scrape, um, once you get over that, you you start to really enjoy your car more. I don't know if that's the same with everyone else. That's coming from a guy who used to be a detailer. Like I would fill in that scrape, touch it up, polish it, make it look perfect. Um, but still, if you just let it go a little, you can enjoy it more. I should say I can enjoy it more. Not I shouldn't project it onto you guys, but Bill says make the 5K Seiko with Ever Brilliant Steel seem like a good value. It does. Oh man. Man Money Financial gave SLGH 009 a buy now rating, if I recall correctly. Man Money Financial. um, yeah. So how's it going, Torin? Do you have anything going on? Any plans for this week ahead?
Uh, nothing too crazy. Work's been picking up for me.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've taken on a new management role. So, like, I mean, at the start of the year, and it's picking up now. So
yeah.
that's been busy. But yeah, as I did mention, yeah, I'm going to try and finish filming up the video for the ball.
Okay, yeah.
So hopefully that'll come out on my YouTube channel this coming week.
And you're trying to sell the SBGN 003, right?
Yeah, so it's kind of come in a circle. Like originally, when I purchased the SLGA 007, so the Lake Sua,
Yeah,
because I had to straight buy it. I mean, your AD wasn't really doing any deals, right? Like, because there was a lineup of people and stuff. So it to me it immediately competed with the White Birch, and I thought it was going to displace the White Birch completely. So for a short period of time, I did list the White Birch, but wasn't really getting what I wanted out of it, and people kept telling me, including the AD, like, don't sell the White Birch.
yeah,
And then the more I wore it on different straps, I'm like, yeah, it's actually really nice. I don't want to get rid of it. So I felt like to balance out the collection, I honestly just wear the White Birch and the Lake Sua so much now that I don't wear the GMT anymore, the SPGN 003 as much.
yeah.
So in my mind, and just to recoup some funds, I thought maybe I should try and sell it, but I haven't been getting a lot of really good offers on it either. So who knows? I mean, it might stick around for a bit. It's still a really great watch. It was my favorite Grand Seiko for a really long time, but it's hard for me to justify owning 3 Grand Seikos when I'm primarily wearing just 2 at this moment.
Yeah.
And maybe I can get your feedback on that because you've gone through a lot of Grand Seikos, and I don't know. what's your thought process when you kind of have something like that happening? Like when you start to wear watches predominantly and not wear one as often, do you still like, even though it's a good complication to have, high accuracy quartz is amazing. It's a great grab and go watch, but what do you think?
Um, well, I think it depends. For me at least. I guess I have like those watches. Like I guess I'll just skip that. I was gonna say I have those watches that don't cost as much, and so I don't really care if I don't wear them that much. So
Mhm.
um, they sit there, so that's not really valid here. But um, it does bug me a little bit if I don't wear a watch as much as I'd used to. It would be close to the chopping block. So I think I would relate to you there.
It's
Um,
also, I also find it interesting because it's a quartz watch, it doesn't bother me as much if I'm not wearing it so often, right? Because it's going to keep ticking away whether
right.
you wear it or not versus something mechanical, right?
Yeah. I think yeah, for me, the thing that helped me get over that was manual wind watches
Hmm.
and quartz watches. So if those two sit in a drawer for a while, I don't quite mind as much because
Sure. Yeah.
manual wound watch, you have to wind it anyway. It's designed to stop and go and you know be wound manually. So versus an automatic watch, if I'd see like especially if you have the power reserve, if I'd see it winding down, I'd be more inclined to wear that, even though I really don't. I shouldn't because I'm always with a mindset of wear the watch you want to wear that day, not
Yeah.
not out of obligation or something. But I do have that feeling of obligation that I should wear this to avoid it from dying.
Right.
So yeah, I totally get you there as well. But considering that the SVG and 003 is your favorite Grand Seiko, I mean, it
It
used
has
to
been
be.
for a while.
Yeah,
And honestly, I didn't own too many other Grand Seikos for a long time. Like I probably owned that watch for a year and a half, 2 years before I even purchased another one.
yeah,
And someone who's going to remain nameless kind of opened the door for me to have that opportunity
yeah,
with your authorized dealer.
yeah. Um, sorry,
Yeah.
Navy Blue Monster here was saying white birch looks better on strap, style pops more.
Yeah. And I
I
do want
agree.
to advocate that because I've had people on different forums like critique, like they got the white birch initially and they just didn't find it like holding their attention as much. And they're like, am I crazy? Like, what's going on? And then I would mention to them, like, try it on different straps because it will really, not only does it highlight the dial, but it also helps highlight the case shape too,
Yeah,
the 9S case. And it sits really flat with a good strap. There's not like a big gap. You know how sometimes like, there's a gap between the strap and the case back?
right.
You
Yeah,
sit really flush. So yeah, I really advocate for trying it on straps.
yeah. I hear you, and I agree. Um, although, man, that that bracelet is so good.
Yeah, it's a good bracelet, but
Speaking of bracelets, I've had this dilemma lately. So this watch fits perfectly on my wrist
mhm.
with the bracelet. Absolute dream fit of perfection. I'm so comfortable with it. But I found that I am anxious now about summer because I don't know if you think about this, but when a watch bracelet fits perfectly, this is the first time I've kind of thought about this. But when it fits perfectly now, like it it made me get really anxious because come summer, it's not going to fit perfectly, and I can't help but think of tr- trying to like rationalize the future of this watch if it even makes to summer, right? But
It's,
let's hypothetically say that this watch makes it into summer.
yeah.
Um, I don't know what I'll do really, because then it won't work. It'll be a little loose, which is fine. I don't mind wearing it a little loose, but man, I it's almost like why does it have to fit perfectly? you know, just a little internal turmoil, channeling my inner Jeff McMahon here, but
I think you
I'm
can let go a lot of that stress. Like maybe you can reframe your thinking to, this is the perfect wear for the winter with a bracelet, and then the summer just acknowledge I want to transition it to a leather strap or a rubber strap or something.
yeah, yeah, I suppose so, but it's not,
That or I mean, it has half links, right? So I mean, there's the
yeah,
potential you could throw in a half link, and that might be the happy medium you need.
yeah. So what I'd have to do, I have both my half links on here,
Oh, you have them
or
on.
3/4 links. I'd have to take one of the half links and put a full link in.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
one
Sure.
of the 3/4 links put a full link in. Um, that should accommodate it. And I'm just highlighting just complete irrationality on my part. I'm not saying that this is right. I'm just pretty much laughing at myself here. But basically, for 2 months of the year, what I'm saying is for 2 months of the year, I'm concerned about how this watch is going to wear. When I could easily, like you said, take it off the bracelet for 2 months of the year, the hottest months like July, August, and
Yeah.
I'd be happy. But no, I had to obsess over how it's going to wear on those 2 months of the year. The the So I kind of very very slightly relate to the people who really like micro adjust on the fly micro adjust a bit more now, because before I was like, yeah, I don't really mind because it always Grand Seiko watches always wore a bit loose on me, and I
Mhm.
was okay with that because come summer, um, it would wear perfectly. Like on the hottest day, it would just be just a little tight. Um, but now wears perfectly on the hottest day. I'm going to be cutting off circulation, so
Mm.
um, no, it's just totally silly. But yeah, something that I've been thinking about. Marcus,
Yeah, well, like you said, there's an argument for Grand Seiko refining their clasps a little bit more and giving you micro adjustment.
yeah, and they have been, um, in a sense, like with their thicker sportier
Yeah, there's
watches.
sportier ones I've seen. They do have it now.
Yeah, like the more recent SBGM
The
two four
GMT.
seven to 247 245. I think they have the micro adjust, not on the fly micro adjust, but
No,
just
just
micro
like
adjust.
at least four micro adjustments or something.
Yeah. Um, Marcus, you just get fatter in the summer and lose weight in fall. Yeah. And then Dan saying, "Don't worry, the watch will be gone before summer." Hey, it's the Grand Seiko summer. I mean, it's got to stay, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I have the winter now, and it's enjoying the
If you
winter.
do turf that watch though, you got to put on like "Summertime Sadness" or like some other tunes that are like,
Turf the watch, or
yeah.
turf. Yeah, that would be funny. I don't know. We'll see. I'm
I'd
still
like
in
to see
honeymoon
that
phase.
watch in person. Like I don't think I've seen it in person, but now that you own it,
Yeah.
it'd be kind of cool because
Oh yeah. Yeah. You got to see this. It's really nice. Really nice. I have all sorts of straps just like in my head. I don't have any yet because this is a 21 mil lug width, which is
see what I
super.
mean? Like what? Why can't they just make it a 20 mil lug? I don't understand.
Yeah. I I
I
I
think I mentioned in my one review, it's like you can have a 40 millimeter diameter watch from Grand Seiko, and the lug width can range from 19, 20, which is rare, and then
yeah
21 or 22. Like,
yeah
yeah.
yeah. It's all in the case. It's all in the
Right.
XX case. 44, 62, what have you.
So do you
Series
have
M.
a lot of 21 millimeter, or is this you're just like envisioning you're going to be buying some?
I'm envisioning I'm going to be buying some because now I have two watches that have 21 mil lug width, so I can kind of rationalize it a
Oh,
bit
is your
better.
other Grand Seiko also the
The winter.
winter?
It's the-
Right.
yep, yep. See, people think it's the same watch, but it's really not, man. I'm telling you, it's really not the same watch.
Okay. Okay.
um, yeah.
Well,
It,
and is one the winter is titanium, right?
yes.
And the summer is steel?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
The winter also has brushed lugs on the top.
Yeah, I like
Um,
that.
the summer is fully polished on the top, so it's very, very blingy, very bright,
Mm.
sparkly. Um, but if it wears completely different. I think the summer is a bit thicker, so it feels beefier, like a
And
sports
it's
watch.
steel,
Yeah,
so
yeah, heavier. The winter feels a bit more elegant, and it just feels like completely different watches to me. Dial patterns are a big thing for me too. Um, Gray dial with the um, cotton candy style pattern, and this one's the turf pattern. So yeah, I feel there's enough difference for me to have both.
and
Um,
based on what you were saying, and maybe we can talk a bit about strap options because it sounds like you're interested in purchasing straps. I'm kind of looking into getting some good straps for the Lake Sua. Do you just
yeah,
always go with you have a lot of deluxe straps, right? And you
I
like
do
them?
have deluxe. For me, deluxe is like a known quantity. Um, so it makes me it makes it difficult for me to venture out of deluxe.
Right.
I know
My
they're
worry, and maybe you can weigh in and the chat can weigh in,
yeah,
is that I've looked on the Deluxe website. I like a lot of their straps, like the textures and colors, but they seem to be very thin. Like they're like
they're a thing.
2.2 at the thickest. Does that bother you if you're wearing it on a slightly thicker watch?
So the thickest watch I wore a deluxe strap on was the Planet Ocean. So
Yeah.
14
Okay.
mil. I'm one of those guys who's okay with um a leather strap on a diver, but yeah, they are super thin. So this is the exact strap I wore on the Planet Ocean. This is my one of my
Yeah.
favorite deluxe straps. But yeah, super thin. Um, it wore okay. Uh, I think the fact that if you get like the right measurement,
Sorry, I was
uh,
just looking for the Bill K comment. Yeah.
yeah, goat snake.
Go
I
for the
saw that
goat
too.
stank. Yeah.
Yeah, don't go for the goat snake. They really don't. But I think it depends on the watch also. Like if the lugs are flared upwards and they're kind of hanging on top of your wrist rather than hugging your wrist, I think
Yeah.
that'll make a big difference because that'll make it either the strap kind of has to wing out and then come back in. Um,
Yeah, with the Lake
might not work.
Sua, it's pretty low, like,
Yeah.
so
So I
I
think
feel
thinner
like
straps would work with the Lake Sua.
okay, good to
Um,
know.
if I were to venture a guess though, because I never ended up picking up a 22 mil deluxe strap for my white birch. I was really close to getting one. I never did, thankfully, because it
Yeah,
would just
well,
be
for as long as you own that white birch for.
yeah. I bought a bunch of 18 mil for my SJE because I thought the SJE, I was pretty confident the SJE was staying. So
Mm.
I invested in 18 mil straps, and now they're just gonna collect dust until I find an
I mean,
18
you could,
mil
like,
watch.
try and sell them, I guess, but
Nah.
it's a hard market, yeah, for used straps.
Yeah, I'd rather just keep them, and I'm
Sure.
sure an
You never
18
know,
mil.
yeah. You'll probably get something.
Yeah, especially because of the size of watch I usually look at. I'm sure there'll be something in the future. Who knows? The SJE might be back. You never know. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It seems like Deluxe is also a really good price. Like I was looking at a couple of other companies, like US based companies, and they're quite a bit more. Um, I don't know. It's just a known quantity for me with Deluxe. So more like comfort zone. So it's easy to just go on the site. I know what I'm looking at. I know his deal and
Yeah, and the site is helpful. They have, like, a strap finder tool that's kinda cool,
yeah. Yeah.
so
Um yeah, you get to take a look at the watch, assuming the watch is in the database, paired with the strap.
I was thinking of going, I think someone mentioned, I think Scott mentioned in the chat, maybe going custom. Like I've heard good things about combat straps. Never pulled the trigger on it, but it
Yeah,
might be a good option. I mean, you're going to spend more, but it will probably, if you plan to keep the watch long term, I think it's a good investment.
yeah, yeah, agreed. Um I've heard really good things about combat straps as well, Aaron. Never actually purchased one from him yet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Wolfie actually had
Yes.
an Aaron Bespoke strap on his Longa
Yep.
and I tried it on when we met up at UAD. It felt amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, the watch was also amazing, but like that strap was really good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um, and he didn't. He I think he was trying to meet up with Aaron, but Aaron
Oh,
was
was
too
he?
busy.
Okay.
Yeah, but he Ubered the strap over to Wolfie, if I'm not mistaken. But
Interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
because they were both in Montreal at the time.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. You guys in the chat. Um, good to see you, by the way, Bobby. Hope you're doing well. Thanks again for Thursday night, man. That was a blast. If you guys haven't seen
Yeah. We
the
need to
stream
see
from
more of that. Bobby, the watch judge.
yeah, that was great. I wouldn't even know how to answer or be like a witness. Clearly, I haven't seen very many movies, so I don't know how to behave in a courtroom. Or, anyway, Steve saying Aaron at Combat Straps does an amazing job. Yeah, lots of people can vouch for Aaron.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
If it's
yeah, need to see if they can make me a light gray alligator strap. What says Neff? Christian, good to see you. Sanjay, if Seiko released a SARB 017-ish Alpinist with GS movement, would you jump for that? If so, what would you price it at? And what pieces would you be willing to trade? I, I mean,
Have you
I don't know
owned a
if
Star 17 before?
I have owned the SARB 17. Yes, I did not like it.
Oh, okay. I mean, it's
Yeah,
kind of similar color palette to the summer.
it is. It is very close. I think the thing that really bugged me was the lack of AR coating on the SARB 17.
That's fair.
That made it took away from the magic for me. Like I was always staring at glare. I couldn't enjoy the green. That was I think the biggest problem for me. But I probably wouldn't buy it. I feel like they kind of did it with this. With the Grand Seiko Summer, it kind of is the Alpinist, like the SARB 17. Very similar.
Not as approachable, but yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, very similar color palette here. Bit of a darker green, I would say, but gold indices. It wouldn't have that compass bezel, so yeah, I'm not a fan of that compass bezel either. But um,
I
if they
really
did,
like the cathedral hands on the SARB
yeah,
17. And the
yeah,
fact that it had loom and like 200 meters water resistance.
yes, yeah, it was a good watch. But yeah, on if Grand Seiko did do a SARB 17, this would probably be as close as they get to it.
Hmm.
Because it seems like Grand Seiko does not want to mix Seiko's heritage with Grand Seiko heritage. Um, you kind of see that with the divers, right? Like Grand Seiko doesn't have that many divers. Seiko puts Grand Seiko priced divers out onto the market, and I don't see those two worlds colliding. Like I don't see the Alpinist being made like an original Alpinist with Grand Seiko specs. I don't quite see that happening. I mean, it might way in the future. Who knows? Maybe way in the future, Seiko will just be Grand Seiko, and it'll just be all one company again. I don't know. Probably not, but um,
I don't think it
maybe.
would help for their marketing just because, people now Grand Seiko is going up market. People are understanding the craftsmanship and everything. And yeah, just consolidating it back to Seiko
Mhm.
and having such a differentiation in price ranges might be a hard sell.
Yeah. Let's get in here and see again in the chat. Lawn guy, hey, good to see you. Thank you. If that congratulations is directed at me, thank you.
Most
um,
likely, you got a lot to celebrate.
yeah. um, SPGH 371. Huh. 271. I'm guessing
Which,
that's what you mean. 271 is the
yeah,
summer.
that's the next comment.
Oh, yeah. There you go. Yeah. It is still in my collection. Good one. Good one, Chris. Uh, Kevin makes a good point. It's the same colors, but that's it. Summer and Alpinist are totally different. Yeah.
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 And I do
Yeah.
find this like the Alpinist definitely like to me, I just associate it with its intention as like a summiteer watch, right? Like a mountaineer watch,
Yeah.
and not like overly flashy like the summer.
Yeah. Doesn't quite make sense. Um, Steve says, I've yet to find a person that's excited about the compass bezel. Yeah. I don't know. Have you had the Alpinist Tour?
No, I haven't. I mean, I've had the other Sarbs, right? Like the
Oh,
035,
33. Yeah.
and my brother has the 033.
Yeah. I even had the cream dial Alpinist for a while.
Yeah,
Um,
that looked nice.
it looks nice, but the compass bezel drove me bonkers because it would always be like tilted over. North would never be where I left it. You know.
What are your thoughts on, and maybe I can ask the chat this too. I think Uncle Seiko started making the salmon dial for the Sarb again because like the
Oh.
Sarb 037 is like unobtainable for most people, right? I
Yeah.
think who has one? Someone Watch Gang Clan I think might actually have one, a Sarb 17 original, but I've seen a couple of these mods come up where they'll just take a Sarb 035, so like my cream dial one, and
Yeah.
put a salmon dial on it, and it looks like, to me it looks pretty much the same,
Yeah.
but you're getting it at an affordable price, relatively affordable. But like, do you think that's still in the same essence of like a Sarb? I mean, it really is a Sarb. You're just putting a different dial on it.
Yeah. But I don't know. Ethically, I don't know if that's okay. Because, someone could easily then go on to sell that. I mean, it's not Uncle
I've seen
Seiko.
people sell it on the forums, but they obviously disclose it, right?
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
would give you the original dial too.
Right.
Plus,
I
you
would,
need a competent watchmaker to swap it. Or, I mean, you
yeah.
could try it yourself, but I wouldn't.
Yeah. I was thinking more along the lines of, some unscrupulous person who's trying to
Okay,
pass
yeah.
it off as a Sarbo
Oh, right.
37.
I see. Yeah.
But that's not on Uncle Seiko. He's just making it, as a mod for someone to enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. I I don't know. I
Yeah, I
can see
know. It's
pros and
kind of a
cons.
gray area, right? Like,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can totally understand wanting something, so modding it to make it that way. Like, back a couple of years ago, I wanted a beads of rice bracelet, but I couldn't find one that would fit my wrist. Back then, now quite a few people do. Like, Forstner does a beads of rice.
mhm.
Boulang and Sons, they do a beads of rice that's made for the smaller wrist. So like, um, less than 6.5 inches. So, but back then I actually like, um grinded down an existing bracelet, a 20 mil engineer bracelet, to try and get that specific look.
Right.
So I can totally understand wanting a specific look and really wanting it that bad that you're willing to mod it to get to that look. Um, but then I don't know about going as far as to changing a dial to something, you know, something that says Seiko, but it isn't from Seiko, and then
I
you're
think
kind of.
Dan mentioned it says the dial is signed Uncle Seiko. And if
Oh,
it is, it
oh,
must be subtle. Like, I think it might be like, correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. Maybe it's kind of like below the 6 o'clock or something.
okay,
But
that makes sense. I
yeah,
mean, well, I don't know. I might be warming
I
up
mean,
to
I
that
kind
then.
of see it like people like mod a lot of Seikos, right? Like some
Yeah,
people will swap out the hands, bezel, and stuff like that. Those are mostly for the 5KX or the SKXs. But when it comes to a
yeah,
Sarb, I don't know.
yeah, yeah. I could see that being okay now. I'd have to chew on that mentally for a bit,
Okay,
digest it.
yeah. No, I
Yeah,
just thought that was kind of a cool approach. Like Uncle Seiko identified, like you don't see a lot of actual SARB 037s in the wild, right? And like,
Yeah. How about you? What are your thoughts? Would you be okay with something like that?
uh, I think I would be. I mean, I my biggest concern is like just having a competent watchmaker just be able to swap it and make sure, like the tolerances and the water resistance is maintained and everything,
Right.
uh, like as an extra step. But like, because for me, I've had my SARB 035 for almost 4 years now. It's never been really serviced or anything, and as long as it's running well, like I'm not gonna take it in. But
Yeah. Justin is asking for a chalice check, so I'm actually my second best chalice, my silver chalice. My gold chalice is in the in the wash.
do you have a
uh,
like a ritual washing procedure for that, or
no.
you just throw it in with the other
Yeah,
dishes?
yeah. It's getting pretty beat up. You know, the gold plating is kind of wearing thin, but
I was
it's
enjoying some hot cocoa.
oh yeah. I'm having chocolate milk as usual.
Nice.
Yeah, no whipped cream this time, but you know, gotta watch the figure.
Yeah. No, you got to bulk up, right? So when the summer comes,
Right, right. There you go. Okay, let me go get the whipped
the
cream.
bracelet will fit. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I was thinking about um I was thinking about that a bit more again. The Uncle Seiko dial swap thing.
Yeah.
But then I was okay, so my I'm just laying out thoughts. I'm not again not completely settled, but I'm thinking
Mhm.
we're we're trying to make it into something um just for the outside appearance, I guess, because we can't get the Sarvo 37, which is not bad. But the problem is it's getting into that homage kind of territory, right? But then it's not really an homage because it is mostly made
Yeah.
by Seiko. So, oh yeah, it's a
No, this is. I think we could debate this for a while because also in my mind too, right? Like when all of those were all JDM models to begin with, right? The SAR
right.
33, 35, 37. I don't really think there was a price differential for them to start with. It just became based on people's buying experience and the desirability. The salmon dial just went up in value, but you're not getting a differently spec'd watch. Like
Mhm.
comparably, it's just a different color. So
Yeah,
it's an interesting, yeah. I don't know. I'm not totally settled on it either, but I
yeah,
figure at least if it acknowledges it on the dial, then that's a little bit better than trying to pass it off as like a replica of something.
yeah, yeah. The thing, I guess it depends on the person's intentions as well, right?
Sure.
Again, we're at the same time we're not the moral police either. Um, so what a person wants to do, even if they want the pink dial, the salmon dial on their wrist just to kind of flash it to that non-existing Seiko enthusiast that's around the corner, um, just to let them know that they have the desirable salmon dial SARP 37. Um,
I
if
don't
they
know. If,
if
if
it,
I was doing it, I wouldn't be doing it to flash and flex,
exactly,
right? I would do it because I just like the color as
yeah, yeah,
more, right? And it would stand out because to me, like my Sarb kind of competes with my other Grand Seikos, even like the white birch. I mean, different, like it's more of an ivory color, and it's obviously not a Grand Seiko, but at first glance, I mean, it's another white dial Seiko.
mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. And yeah, if someone wants to, even if they want to flash it to that non-existing Seiko enthusiast around the corner, it's their prerogative, right? It's
Yeah,
totally up to them. It's not like they're doing something wrong. Um, they're kind of lying to themselves, but
yeah.
you know what? If they want to do that, that's okay too. So, um, yeah, in the end, I think I'm gonna settle on it's okay. Uncle Seiko Salmon Dial is neat. I think
Wow.
I'm gonna settle there, but we'll see. We'll see how
Yeah,
it
we can revisit that, but yeah,
yeah.
cool.
Scott Tarlow says, "I am the moral police." Yeah. Um, Bruno says, Sanjay, seriously, if you change the name to stream to Saturday night, Seiko Talk, you'll get a heck of a lot more viewers. Yeah, probably.
Probably.
But I don't know if that's a good thing. Because Seiko's great and all, but we should be able to talk about other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like that unicorn Patek conversation that we had.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm just messing with you. Wei Bin says Uncle Seiko putting out Seiko on the dial is a breach of trademark. That is true.
Yeah. Actually, if you think about it,
Yeah.
you think it would be. Yeah.
Steve, actually bringing up something I was thinking about. People are swapping Tiffany dials into Rolexes and selling them for 5 times the price. How do you feel about that, Sanjay? Yeah, I mean that's fraud. That's awful. That's kind of what my initial qualm about the Uncle Seiko dial was.
Yeah. It's a
Um,
slippery slope, right?
yeah, like I was thinking of the Comex Submariner. I think the super rare Comex branded Submariner that goes for 10 times the price of a Submariner. 50 times the price of Submariner, who knows? And people just getting that dial replicated, putting it on an original Submariner and passing it through. But I mean, it's nice that Uncle Seiko is putting their name on it, so it's going to be easy to quickly spot whether it's a SARP 37 or no. But that said, it's still like Wayman said, it's a breach of trademark, and Seiko can sue, and Seiko will win if they chose to do that, because I think Rolex did that with a company in the States. I forget their name. They used to make colorful dials for Rolex watches. Anyway,
Interesting.
yeah. Oh, James saying don't want the really toxic Seiko fans here. Saturday night Seiko talk. It's Bobby saying, I wonder why oil money is not in the chat. Seiko King, Seiko Grand Seiko, Uncle Seiko sounds like his Nightmare on Elm Street. Yes, I got the reference. That's the Freddy Krueger movie, right? Right?
Yeah.
Pretty sure. Yeah. Joey says, if you can look at yourself in the mirror after changing to an aftermarket dial or okay. Stop me.
Okay. That's not where I thought that was going to
go. Oh boy. All right. Well, might be a good spot to stop.
You want to leave it there? Okay.
On that note. No, maybe not. Let's Manford. No, Joe.
Right, man.
Joey
We don't want all these
Manford.
Seiko haters in the chat.
Yeah. I mean, Seiko. There are some Seiko fans that are abrasive. There are a lot of Seiko fans that are abrasive. I hope I'm not one of them, but
well, we all have our opinions. Me too. I mean, sometimes I'm sure I say things or I don't know. I don't want to rub anyone the wrong way.
Yeah. Kevin says Seiko stinks. That's good. Yeah, I mean, you're kind of on the engineer wannabe YouTube channel. I'm a bit of a Grand Seiko guy, mostly Grand Seiko. It's kind of a given that we'll mostly be talking about Grand Seiko, but yeah. Anyway, Steve actually got that reference on that bombshell from Top Gear. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we know, Kevin, you do love Seiko. What was the other group? I'm still trying to remember the other company that was almost taken down. Paul Thorpe did a whole set of videos about Rolex suing them, and yeah. Oh, hey, Chris Ward mentioning Paul Thorpe as well. There are quite a few actually. Paul Thorpe Seiko guys who like Paul Thorpe and Seiko. I would be one of them. I like Paul Thorpe. But yeah, can't quite remember it. Maybe I'll bring it up next time. Um, yeah, so for tomorrow we're actually doing Watch Soup. Not here. Bobby Legs is going to be doing Watch Soup. Thankfully, super grateful for that, Rob. If you're listening in, um, tomorrow it'll be on his channel, so I get to still kind of chat with you guys, but not actually have to host, which is a bit of work, but not too bad. Um, so tune in for that on the Bobby Legs YouTube channel. Torrin, do you have anything going on with you?
Just working on the ball fireman video.
Yep. Yep.
So stay
Sounds
tuned
good.
for that. Yeah.
Yeah, sounds good. And looking forward to chatting with you, Chaz, because Chaz is going to be on tomorrow too.
Nice.
Really looking forward to just chatting again with about YouTube videos. I miss Watch Soup. I like, yeah. But the week after, we'll be back to business as usual, I guess, with Saturday night live stream and Watch Soup on Sunday, along with the very occasional review video, which usually ends up in a trip to the AD. Right.
Well, you dropped 2 videos this week, right? Like you
I
did
did.
the El Primero review and the unboxing for the summer.
Yeah, unboxing doesn't really count though. I
Okay.
it's very low work video, just to unbox it, quick edits. Um, it takes me not very long to do it all, so I barely count that as a video.
Fair enough.
The
Yeah,
the one that takes the most time is the review video.
for sure.
Yeah, but yeah, thanks so much, Jordan, for joining me tonight. Thanks everyone in the chat for joining us. It was a real blast. It was
Yeah, good
good to
chat.
see you all. Get a break from all the craziness at home right now. In case you guys didn't know, we just had a baby, and man, I don't know if you've experienced this, Torrin, but this is the first time I've experienced it, but I'm sore just all over. My back hurts, my knees hurt. I feel like an 80-year-old man, um, but not that I've been doing anything crazy. It's just maybe getting a bit less sleep. I just don't know. I don't know if I
You're from
caught
hauling
something.
around all those watch boxes out of your trunk.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but man,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep.
Yeah, rest up for
Yeah,
sure.
we'll do. All right, guys. Well, take care. Stay safe out there. Remember, guys, you're infinitely valuable. I keep forgetting to say that sometimes, but anyway, see you guys next week, or see you guys tomorrow. Actually, have a good night,
Goodbye.
everyone.
Yeah.